Like what you're seeing? Then please support the CLT Life by subscribing above. The CLT Life presents Waxhaw Escape in Waxhaw, North Carolina, featuring Ken Mccoy and hosted by Jimmy Grappone. This episode is presented by the CLT Life home team at Costello. We make real estate simple, so make your next move with us. Contact Jimmy for all of your North and South Carolina real estate needs.
Hey everybody, it's Jimmy Grappone here with the CLT Life, and I'm with Ken Mccoy today, my former neighbor in the Oaks in Waxhaw, right down the road.
Best neighborhood in the area. That's, very true.
So we're at Waxhaw Escape, which Ken and his wife Jeannie started up just a few years ago. It's an escape room here in Waxhaw.
Yeah.
It's a fun thing, a fun outing for people to do here in Waxhaw. So tell us a little bit about yourself, how you came to be here in Waxhaw in the community, and then how you came up with the concept for Waxhaw Escape.
Well, we moved to Waxhaw 6.5 years ago from San Diego, California. We have two reasons for that. We have a bunch of our grandkids that live 15 minutes north of here, and it's cheaper than San Diego. So we moved here 6.5 years ago, and we've been wondering what we're going to do to provide for when we're really old. Jeannie went to an escape room with a bunch of family. There was 10 of them from the age of 10 to like 90, and they all had a blast. And Jeannie called me up the next day and she said, Ken, this is something we could do.
And this is out in California. This is on a trip to California, was it not?
Actually, it was in Portland, Oregon.
Oregon, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we started thinking about it and doing the numbers, and we met with a SCORE mentor here in town to talk through the whole business side of planning it, and it worked out. And so we started it 2 years ago in January, and we're still here.
Cool.
Yeah.
So that's interesting you mentioned SCORE. I know a little bit about them. Small Business Administration sponsors that, right? So if someone wanted to open a small business and they spoke to SCORE, what's that experience like?
I think it was really amazing. We met with a guy named Don Fisher, who is like a big time executive with JCPenney and with hospitals and that kind of thing. SCORE means Society of Corporate Officers and Retired Executives, and they volunteer their expertise to help new businesses get going. So it was, I had no idea about how to do a business plan. He forced me to do one, and he just wanted to make sure that we knew what we were getting into. And
you came up with a sound business plan? Like
yes,
you said,
seems like we're still here, yeah.
Yeah, so we're in 2021 now. Obviously 2020 was crazy, but you're able to, in just your second year, to survive probably slower times. But
yeah.
Another thing I would say with this type of business is that people who are already spending time together can probably come here as a group safely. Can you
That's
talk
the
about
way
that
it
a little
works.
bit?
Yeah, we generally have mostly family, sometimes groups of friends, but your group, if you come and play a game, you're the only ones in that room. And if you're family, you don't have to wear your masks while you play your game. If you're, the state mandate, if you're not in with people that you live with, then everybody keeps their masks on, but it's totally all right. And we don't have more than one team in this lobby at one time. We do all the COVID cleaning in between games. We use like hospital grade disinfectant wipes and thing on everything that gets touched. And so you can be assured that this is a fun and safe place. Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about some of the concepts that you have going on in your rooms right now.
We have 3 game rooms. 2 of them are escape room games. One is called Alice's Dream. And the idea is you get to spend the night in the same hotel room that Lewis Carroll stayed in when he came up with the Alice in Wonderland stories. But when you get there, you're so tired from the trip that you fall immediately asleep, and the dream you entered is real, and you're in Alice's world. And can you get out of Alice's dream, or will you be stuck in it forever? Dun, dun, dun.
And that's a game you've had, I think, since the start, is it
That
not?
was the very first game we started. Then we added Train to Nowhere, because we're in Waxhaw, we have trains.
We do, yeah.
So we had to have a train game, but this game takes place in the past. In fact, it takes place in the 1800s, and you get to be passengers on the world's first self-driving train.
In the 1800s?
In the 1800s.
Okay, they were ahead of
It's
the
a
time.
steam train, and it's self-driving. And about halfway through, you realize maybe you don't want this train to drive itself anymore. Maybe you got to take over and steer it to where it needs to go. So can you do it before it crashes? Most don't.
And then you added a game room, is right? It's like a 3D
Yeah.
zombie game, or
We
something
have
like that?
a virtual reality game room that is 2 or 3 players, completely wireless. We put motion trackers on your hands and on your feet, and it's the only place in North America that you can play these games. Incredible. And so,
So you have the game that you have.
we have 2 of them. We have
You
2
can't play
games
this game anywhere else.
anywhere else on the continent.
Oh wow!
Yeah, it's incredible. Right here in Waxhaw. And so we have Extraction Point, which is a zombie apocalypse. Can you survive the zombie hordes until a helicopter comes and helps you to escape them? Or we have Schmooter, which takes place in an imagined future. You're on 2 towers, you're going up and down on different floors, back and forth between the towers and portals, and you're trying to find each other and shoot each other. And the one who shoots the other one the most wins.
Wins the game.
So,
Okay.
yeah. It looks kind of like Minecraft, but shinier and smoother. It's kind of back in some weird future when humans and robots are kind of the same thing.
Okay.
So it's a blast, though, and because it's so unpredictable, you don't know where your other team players are going to be, and so it's really fun.
So tell me a little bit about your experience as a small business owner, and particularly here in Waxhaw. What's the community support been like since you've opened up?
We love Waxhaw, and we love all the help that Waxhaw gives through the Waxhaw Business Association, through things like what you're doing with Park Bench, through cooperative and collaborative efforts that we have with like different restaurants in town. Like we're right next to Hacienda El Rey, which is a really wonderful Mexican restaurant. I'm from San Diego. I know Mexican food.
You do.
That's a good
Yeah.
place. And
Yeah.
so, we have a collaboration with them to where we send them customers and they get a break on their price, and they send us customers and get a break on the price. So it's really fun doing that with them,
That's
with
awesome.
Provisions. So yeah, and then the Chamber of Commerce has helped with some mentoring on social media marketing kind of
Okay.
stuff, so that, because we're a mom and pop.
Yeah.
We're a grandma and grandpa.
A grandma.
And so doing social media isn't not our
It's not
native
firsthand,
language.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
so
That's
we've had to learn how to do it. And so, that kind of thing, been tremendously supportive, but we also love the community here who keeps coming and having fun at our place and keeps us alive.
That's awesome. So, it's always, I think it's a special thing when businesses can help and support one another. When you're not always competing, you understand that everybody, by all businesses doing well, you're drawing more people to the area.
Exactly. Yeah. So if we can send business to a restaurant or to Dream Chasers, and then they help us out too, man, it's really good. And we haven't found that very much sense of cooperation. In fact, even other escape room owners in North Carolina and South Carolina are very, very supportive and not competitive. So it's
yeah.
fun.
So that kind of segues into talking about local businesses, and you're a local small business, independently owned. So, what would you say is what's the biggest reason that people should support small businesses?
Well, I think when you support a small business, you're supporting the people that work there, that own it, that work there, our teenagers who help us run the games, that kind of thing. You're not supporting some corporation or the franchise headquarters and that kind of deal.
Mm-hmm.
So, and there goes my phone.
You're a
Somebody's
busy man.
calling us. So I'm going to put it on not answer it. You can just delete that part.
Yeah, we can edit that part. So so I ask this question a lot. What advice you would give? I usually ask, I frame it as, what advice would you give a young person who maybe wants to be an entrepreneur, wants to start their own business one day? But I want to frame it differently for you because you came from a different career.
Yes.
So what advice would you give to someone who has worked a career and then decided, hey, I think I want to start this business and become an entrepreneur, later at a later stage of my career?
I don't know what advice I would give. My experience has been, man, I love doing something wholly different from what I've done all my life. It's a lot of work, it's a lot of learning, but if you love it and it's fun, then you're going to do it.
It doesn't feel like work as much, right? So
still a lot of work.
Well, it doesn't feel maybe when you're following your passion though.
That's it. Yeah,
Yeah, you
you don't
through.
mind it so much.
Yeah, that's what I've experienced. You can push through those times when there's going to be some drudgery in any business. Obviously.
That's right. Yeah,
you got to do the paperwork. You got to pay the bills.
you got to pay sales tax. You got to do all that kind of stuff. So yeah. However, if you really like it and you're doing it, you're always thinking about ways to make it better.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and so I love that challenge of being energetic and creative to make it better.
So last question: if someone wants to come and experience Waxhaw Escape, how do they do it? How do they find out about you? How do they schedule?
Well, they watch this video, and then
where's the video? They watch this video.
This video,
Right.
and they go to waxhawescape.com and book a game. Choose a game, choose a time, book it right there. It's all by appointment only. We're not here unless we have games booked. So book your game online and come here and be ready to have the fastest hour of your week.
And you can be here in 5 minutes. So
yeah, I just live right over there.
Yeah, you're home making your
hot sauce.
Your hot sauce.
Yes.
Yeah, I was thinking chili powder. Yeah, your hot sauce. So well, Ken, thank you so much for taking the time to explain your business to us. Do you mind can you give us a quick
Let's do it.
peek of it?
Yeah.
So this is where this is the self-driving train room, right?
Well, this is when you turn off the autopilot, you can steer the train using the map and these dials and this throttle, and hopefully you survive.
Very cool.
Hopefully you survive. Then we have the Alice's Dream game. This is the first part of it, where you're in the hotel room and you begin to have to solve puzzles and unlock that door. And if you do, then these doors open up. And if you have a wheelchair, we have ramps that go up and over because you solve another puzzle and this door opens.
Cool. So you're accommodating. That's pretty neat. You're accommodating for people with special needs as well.
Yeah, exactly. So this room is then full of puzzles and clues, and if you solve them, this door opens, and Shinedown sings, "Her name is Alice," and you escape.
You escape, and you're back in Waxhaw.
You're back in Waxhaw, and you're back in the more current time. So
Very cool.
they're very fun games. We have lots of people who come and play who have done dozens and dozens of escape room games, and they always rate ours as one of the best. So we're pretty proud of our games.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Well, Ken, thank you so much. This has been a lot of fun.
Thank you, you guys.
And
thanks for watching.
yeah, thanks for watching. Thanks for taking the time to watch this video. And thanks for being my cameraman there, Ken. Thanks so much for taking time to watch this video, and I look forward to bringing more small businesses to you soon. Take care. We'll see you on the next video. Thanks for watching this episode of the CLT Life Presents, hosted by me, your host, Jimmy Grappone. Follow us on social media at the CLT Life 704 and subscribe to our YouTube channel.